everybody, this is part 2 to making and decorating glassine bags. So in the last one I kind of showed you 2 that were already completed, and then I showed you actually gessoing the bag. It is almost completely dry, so as you can see it's not as buckled as it was. It is still a little bit because it's still not completely dry, but it's almost there. So we'll show you that at the end or in the next video. So we are going to decorate this one. This one I haven't done anything to. It's just a glassine bag that I made earlier today. And again, I have a video in my playlist under DIYs for how to make these. And what I do is I put a little piece of cardstock in there so that when I'm decorating, nothing sticks. But what I did again was I had cut up napkins that I purchased at the Dollar Tree. This one is part of this actual napkin, and I can show you. What I did was I cut the bottom part off, the straight part, because I kind of want to use it like a fence, and I put it onto pink cardstock and decoupaged it on, let it dry, and I am going to put that on the front. So let's start. So I have to decoupage this onto the glassine bag. So I am right now using DecoArt Americana decoupage. I'm not using Mod Podge. I usually do use Mod Podge, but I did have this and I said, you know what, I'm going to try and use this. So basically I am going to put a thin layer of decoupage on top of the glassine bag, the front of it, needless to say. And you want to just make sure you get it covered well, because this is going to be your glue basically. And I'm using the glossy. I use glossy because I just like the way it looks. And that's just my own personal preference. Okay. That is on there good. Move that out of the way. Now I'm going to take my napkin and I'm going to line it up at the bottom as best as I can. And I'm going to lay that flat, and I'm just going to go nice and smooth. You're going to get some wrinkles, so don't worry about it. It's not meant to be perfect. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to take my decoupage again, and now we're going to go over it again. Again with a thin layer, even strokes. You can use, I use paintbrushes. You don't have to use paintbrush. You can use the foam brushes that you can get cheap. Either, I think they sell them at the Dollar Tree. But also too, I know you can get them in any craft store. And I start off in one direction. This is when it's good to have that piece of cardstock that's out further, because you can hold on to it and move it. And you definitely want to make sure you get all your edges, because you don't want them lifting. So you want a nice coat. Try to take out your air bubbles, because you will get air bubbles. And then again, I'm just smoothing it out as best I can, and just go gently because you don't want to rip it. I mean, and if it does rip, it rips. That's when you become the artist that you are, and you just decorate around it. Okay, so that is decoupaged. So now we will be right back. Actually, you know what? Let's put this off to the side. I am only at 5 minutes. We're going to have this dry. And I think we're going to move over and we're going to stamp this. I'm going to go ahead with the same stamp. Oops. I'm going to use the Swan again. So I'm taking my Memento ink. And I'm just going to stamp. This is how I stamp. Don't judge me. I just find it easier for me. And then cover that back up so it doesn't dry out. And then what I'm going to do is try to find the center. And I'm just going to press down. Now, I'm sure you can probably use washi tape on here. I'm just afraid with washi tape that it wouldn't stick. Alright, so as you can see, I've got my stamp. So we're going to let that dry for a minute. And you can decorate this however you want. Like I said, this one I just took a sticker. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You could put lace. You can decorate it, you know, as little or as much as you want. Right now, I was trying to do it quickly, so I was just using some of the stickles, which I'm going to try and work with. I have the Jane Davenport watercolors. I have 2 of the palettes. I don't have the 3rd one yet, but they're brand new. I haven't even really opened them yet. But I was tempted to use colored pencil on the bottom, and I was curious to see if watercolors would actually work on top of the gesso. I believe that the pencils will definitely work, and we can try it real quick. We're only at 7 minutes. So I'm going to do a very, very light blue. So I'm using Caribbean Sea, Perfect Color. And I just want to see if this will actually, and it does. And it gives us a little bit more time to dry, but I just wanted to show you that you can actually use color pencils on here. I'm using the Prismas. Now I'm doing this quick, guys, so I'm not, you know, doing this perfectly here. But this is just another way that you can decorate and you can bring it all the way out to the end if you wanted, however you wanted to do it. But just so you can see, you can actually take your pencils, your colored pencils, and you can add color to it, okay? So, like I said, gesso, like acrylic paint, will always add a tooth so that you can actually use your color pencils as if it was just plain paper. And it gives you that perfect texture that you need. So I will eventually try and see how watercolors work, or acrylic paints. We'll go with that. But then you can just take like what I did before, was I took my stickles. Nope, I don't want gold. And basically all I did was stickled along the body and the wings. And you can put as much or as little as you want. If you just wanted to outline it and just put a little bit, you certainly can. This stuff takes forever to dry. I did like the look of the stickles on this. I thought it looked very elegant. So there is that, and that is the clear stickles. That is this bottle right here. And then you can take the silver one and put that down on the bottom as well. And you can just do that to outline a little bit, to add a little bit more dimension and a little bit more color. Okay, so there is what one would look like. Like I said, then you decorate it however you want. You can put stickers on it, you can do whatever you want. But basically that's what it's going to look like. Okay, and when you take it out, you can fold it over. I have it folded just a little bit. You can put lace. Like if you wanted to put lace down on the bottom, you can put lace. You could use paper. You can use whatever you want. Gems, stickers. Be as creative as you possibly can be. And I'm going to stop this video here because we're at 12 minutes. And I'm going to wait for this to dry. And as soon as this is done drying, we'll be back and I will show you part 3 of how to decorate that. So stay tuned for the next video. Take care, everybody.